to begin with, I'll just ask Coach Perry to give us an overview of the preparations from the NAPSA Stars point of view. And NAPSA Stars, by the way, is coming from the National Division 1. So there's a balance in this final in terms of the two top divisions in the country. Coach Perry.
Thank you. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate Red Arrows for winning the MTN Super League in style. I think for a long time a team has won it playing with good football. So coming to the preparations, I think we are playing with a team which has been the best in Zambia this season. I've watched them, so it will be a tough match for us. But it's a cup final and we are adequately prepared for this, and we are going to do our best in this cup final.
Thank you very much, Coach, for those brief remarks. I will now invite Coach Kadiro to just share with us an overview from the Red Arrows point of view.
Thank you very much. Playing against NAPSA Stars, always an interesting fixture. I think if you look at NAPSA Stars, they have retained the bulk of their players from last season. So it's basically the same team that was playing in the championship last season. You can never take them lightly. So our preparations have been adequate. We've left no stone unturned. They've done very well. They're in the final. They've not fluked to be where they are today. They've won promotion also to the Super Division. Congratulations to them. They've done well. So going into this fixture, very, very interesting, like I've said. It's a fixture worth respecting, and we'll go into the fixture as such.
Thank you very much. We'll now hear from the players, starting with Aaron. Aaron, NAPSA Stars, what should we expect from the squad during the final?
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Red Arrows for being crowned the MTN Super League champions. It's not by chance, but because they're really a good side and they are the best team so far this season. And coming to tomorrow's game, us as NAPSA Stars, we've prepared well and we believe we can talk as much as we want, but football is being played on the field of play. So for us, we know that Red Arrows is a good side, and we also know that we have a good side as well. So for me, tomorrow it will be a very interesting match because both of us are well managed teams. So as for me, I respect Red Arrows, but I respect also my teammates because I know what we can do. And for tomorrow's game, we believe we'll do our best. For us to be in the finals, it's not by chance also. It really shows that we have really worked hard. So I just wish all the teams playing tomorrow's final all the best.
Thank you. Edward, the Red Arrows players, how have they prepared for this game and what should the fans expect?
Thank you very much. I would like to first congratulate NAPSA to coming back in the Super League and coming back to the game. It will be an interesting encounter, knowing NAPSA Stars. They have good experienced players like my ex-fellow teammate Odiango, who has as well won this tournament before, like I've did. And we're going to give it all the respect they deserve. It's the match that we really need the most. We are just fighting hard to get a double. So we'll put aside the league celebration and we're focusing much on this game tomorrow. And we shall do our best to make it count.
Thank you. I'll now invite questions from members of the press. Just introduce yourself and ask your question. Questions? Yes.
My name is Aaron Manga from Zamfut. My question goes to Coach Perry. Coach, as a team that's coming from National Division 1, obviously won promotion to the Super League, and a team that has won the ABSA Cup before back in 2012, is there any pressure on you to secure a second ABSA Cup title for NAPSA Stars?
I think we are coming from a very difficult league, and I think our aim this season was to bounce back to the Super League, which we have done. But obviously we have a last game which we are supposed to play with Goms. But I think for us, we treat it as maybe it's the start of preparations for the Premier League. So the only game we can say we have this season is tomorrow's encounter. So we are going to do our best. We are going there to enjoy the game. Pressure should be on Red Arrows because I think they are the Super League champions. They are going to represent us in the Champions League next season. So I think even for them, the preparations should start now. So pressure, I don't think for us it will be there. I think pressure is on Red Arrows.
Do we have another question? Yes.
My name is Robson from Camden TV. My question, I think, goes to NAPSA Stars head coach Perry, and it's basically on the level of respect that I've enjoyed in this interaction, where each coach is respecting the other team, which is very, very good for tomorrow's encounter. I appreciate that. But my question is, don't you feel that the ABSA finals being played from Nkoroma Stadium will have a slight advantage to Red Arrows being the owners of the stadium? That's their home ground. I know, of course, a lot of factors we are putting in place to see where the fixture can be played from. But this particular one being played in front of their home fans, and NAPSA Stars being from a championship side. Of course, you qualified to the Super League, yes. But this particular fixture being played at Nkoroma Stadium, don't you think it will give an advantage to Red Arrows, Coach Perry?
Thank you. And I think for starters, I think the match was supposed to be played at Heroes, but obviously due to other circumstances, it has been taken to Nkoroma. So we are not going to blame the authorities because I think they did their part. But there is a question which I've just posed to me, which is we are playing at Nkoroma, which doesn't take away that Red Arrows at home. And that's why I said there will be pressure there because they are playing at home and they have got a slight advantage because obviously the catchment is at Charleston near Nkoroma for Red Arrows. So the 12th player obviously plays a role in the game. But what I'm trying to say here is Red Arrows are at home and they are the champions for the Super League. So pressure will be on them because they are not going to have it easy.
Okay, maybe just to guide also, it was decided beforehand where the finals, semi-finals, quarter-finals were going to be played. The only exception is that Heroes was not available for the final, and all the parties involved were communicated to, and I think there was no attempt on anyone's part to disadvantage or advantage anyone.
My question goes to both coaches. In preparation for this game, have you suffered any major injuries? Any major players going to miss tomorrow's game, or there's a clean bill for both sides?
Injuries.
Okay, thank you. I think no major setbacks in terms of injuries from our squad, except for one concern, which is Twiza Chaibela. He's been out with an injury. He's back in training, light training, but other than that, everyone else is okay and ready for selection for tomorrow.
Yeah, for us, I think Austin has got a bereavement and we are going to miss him. But obviously, we don't have the luxury, the depth Red Arrows have, because we have watched a lot of games. And for them, I think, even the last game they played, you can see, if you watch the game, they scored the fourth goal with 3 substitutes. And they have done that in most of their games. I don't know if my coach can recall how many times they have done that with substitutes combining and scoring the goal.
My name is Carl from Spring TV. My question goes to Coach Gardner. He's mentioned that the pressure is on you being the champions of the Super League and of course playing the final at your home ground. What do you think would be your strength going into this match?
First of all, I would like to agree with Coach Perry that pressure will be on us. Why do I agree? Because in football, pressure will always be there. Every game that comes with its own kind of pressure. So we understand there will be pressure tomorrow, but we have to manage it. I think something that we have shown throughout the season, we've managed to handle pressure from different types of games, different types of teams. So I agree, pressure will be there, but we have to manage it. That is what football is all about. It's about pressure. I think our strength, I would attribute that to the depth that we have in the squad. I also think our fitness levels, something that I've mentioned before in the interviews, that I think our fitness levels are very, very good this season, so we can rely on that also. I don't know the depth at NAPSA Stars. I can only talk about our own behalf. I think we have very good depth and the fitness levels are very, very high.
Yes.
Mine goes to Coach Kalelo. Do you feel somehow you have a superior advantage or have pressure in that you're trying to secure a double this season?
Like I said earlier, I think pressure will always be there in football. If you look at NAPSA Stars, for me, they're also looking at getting a double. They've already qualified to the Super Division. Getting ABSA Cup, I think that would be a double. So I think going into this fixture, both teams are looking to end the season at a high with two big achievements in the season. So we are going into this wanting it. We know, we understand what NAPSA Stars is capable of. They've eliminated two very good Super Division teams in the competition, so we understand what they're bringing to the table and we have prepared adequately. Hopefully we get the result tomorrow.
Obviously, fans have given you the pressure, sponsors trying, pushing you, rallying you to actually win the ABSA title. Do you feel somehow, Coach, this is the chance for you to prove that you are the best coach that Zambia and the country and clubs at large can look to, having qualified NAPSA to the Premier League, back to the Premier League, and now looking into the ABSA final?
I think the task was given before the beginning of the season, which was to bounce back. And in terms of teams, I think you can differentiate where there is depth and where there is no. So there are teams, even in the Super League, you expect the Red Arrows, Zesco, maybe Green Eagles to win the league. So for us coming this far, I think it's a bonus. That's why I have said we are coming to play the final, to enjoy it. But obviously we are in the final, not by chance. We want to do well, so it won't be easy. As much as Red Arrows are going to be at home, we are going to fight till the end.
Yes, I'd like to ask the same question that I asked you. You've given them so much respect and accolades over their achievements in the Super League. Don't you think that would send a wrong message to your players and you feel you're over Red Arrows? And if not, what is your strength going into this match?
I said the same thing about Nkana. I'm saying the same thing about Red Arrows. But football doesn't lie. Red Arrows have been playing the best football in the Premier League. We are coming from the Eden University. We are in the final, not by chance. And obviously, we have studied Red Arrows, and we want to win. So if we give them respect, it doesn't mean that we are going to lose.
Are you daring?
No, football is being watched by a lot of people, so I think, you know, Red Arrows they have got the best maybe front line. They have been scoring goals. So for us as NAPSA, we have planned on how to stop the likes of Chamanga, the likes of Ricky, the top scorer, and obviously how we can beat their defense. I think marshaled by maybe arguably the best defender or the best player this season, Trezor. So football is about planning. So we have planned, and coming to the Super League, obviously if we bring in some players like the way Red Arrows have some depth, obviously we want to do well. So, but this is a cup final. We will say the good things about Red Arrows, but we are going to do our best in tomorrow's game.
Thank you.
I'll take the last question from there.
I think this one goes to you first. So the finals moved to tomorrow's date from the previous one to set. And there hasn't been an official statement to what has been publicized in the media as the patron of the floor Zambia will be available for the fight. Is he still available for this fight? Or is first confirming that the patron is coming to the fight?
I'm sure you know that the presidency is managed by different stakeholders. We don't control the presidents. The sponsor extended an invitation to the presidents, and the desire is that the head of state to be at the stadium. And I think everything is pointing to that direction, but it is not up to us to confirm the availability of the president at the game. Yeah. Are you satisfied?
It's a straightforward answer. If we can give, I think for now, it's confirmed.
No, but we are not the correct people to confirm, unfortunately. On that note, I've come to the end of our pre-match press conference. I would like to thank the two coaches and captains for making time, and we can only wish both teams all the best in tomorrow's game.